Hey everybody, welcome back to the Weekend Woodshop. My name is Rick. Thank you so much for stopping by and letting me entertain you for just a little bit of time. Today on the Woodshop, what we're going to do is we're going to take this formerly very cluttered back wall in my garage family storage workshop and turn it into what my version of an ultimate miter station is. Now some of you might be asking, what exactly is an ultimate miter station? In my opinion, you can scour the internet and you can find everybody's ultimate miter station with videos on YouTube, right? In my interpretation, the ultimate miter station, the ultimate anything, is what fits your needs when you need it and how you need it. So today, we're gonna build the first step of what will be my ultimate miter station. This will probably be about a 3-part build series. This will just be the first part where we get it framed in, get the top on it, get a top on it, because we're even gonna use a temporary top until I can get what I actually want to use for the top. But we're gonna get it framed in, get a top on it, and actually start being able to use it for the purpose intended. So let's get building.
This build will be based on a 2x4 frame. To get started, I cut all the pieces to length. I'm using a mix of new 2x4s as well as scrap pieces from other builds. Even though lumber prices are coming down, it pays to only buy what you need. I'm using a notched lap joint for the legs and cross bracing where only the leg is notched. The cross member stays full dimension. I used my trusty Craftsman jigsaw to cut out the joints mostly for convenience, but also I can't do dados with my current table saw setup. We'll address that little issue in a future build, but for now, this will do.
Now that all the pieces are cut, it is time for assembly. But before we get into assembly, I would like to remind everyone that the Weekend Woodshop does have a Patreon support page. I don't rely on sponsors in any way. I don't rely on any gifted stuff or anything like that as far as equipment or tools or anything for the shop. What I would like to do though is create a community here where we can all get together and share ideas about how to do woodworking effectively and how to create beautiful things in limited space. If that's something that intrigues you, head over to patreon.com/weekendwoodshop. I will correct that link if it's wrong. It will be down in the description. But just come and see what we're all about. Help to support the channel if you feel led to do so. Some of the things that we're going to give you, that we're going to do is we're going to give away a t-shirt after a couple of months of sponsorship. We're also going to give away all of the SketchUp plans that we use for the different projects that we build here on the Weekend Woodshop on the channel. And I hope that's something that you could get behind and help to support the channel in that way. But anyway, let's get back to the build because I need a miter saw station.
To hold the legs and long cross braces together, I'm using 3-inch screws driven in from the outside. For the upper braces that tie the front of the base to the back, I decided to use pocket screws. I'm sure some of you will take issue with that down in the comments, but I figured they will suffice as the tabletop will add strength to the build where the pocket joints may be lacking. If more support is needed, it'll be easy enough to add in the future. For the lower cross bracing, I'm using butt joints. This will give the future cabinetry for the station, something to set on for support. Here I'm setting the depth for the actual platform that the miter saw will set on. My combination square moved on me a little bit, so I actually had to do this twice, but ultimately we got her in the right place. Now it's time to cut the pieces for the top. Ultimately, I want to have an MDF top for the station, but for now I'm using some plywood that I had left over from previous projects. The infeed side of the saw is just some construction grade 3/4, and the outfeed is 3/4 sand from that big orange box. The top is screwed down with 2-inch screws. Yeah, it's kind of overkill, but it's what I had.
And just like that, the build is done, at least done for now. So what we've got now is we've got our basic workbench here, our basic miter saw station, and like we said at the beginning of the video, your ultimate workbench, your ultimate anything is based on what your perception of ultimate really is. Ultimate for me right now is making sure that I have a nice stable place to set up my saw, make nice repeatable cuts. And is there more to do with this? Absolutely there is. We want to change out the top to something a little bit more permanent. I just used the materials that I had laying around the shop, so we'll be changing this out. We got to put some leveling feet on the bottom. I'm waiting on those from Amazon. We'll get those added as soon as they arrive. Also need to do some updating to the electrical back here on the back wall. There are no outlets on this side of the garage, so I'll have to add a couple in there, but that's okay because on the other side of this wall is my office and I can tie into a circuit that's in there that's not being used for anything. But here we have it. Eventually there'll be cabinets underneath, there'll be a storage cabinet on this side, there'll be drawers on that side, and probably some kind of moderate dust collection underneath to keep the dust down around the saw. But for right now, it's a good start. So thank you all for watching so much. I do hope that you enjoyed. Remember that we have a new Patreon site that's set up, so if you want to help support the channel in that way, feel free to head on over. The link for that will be down in the description. But that's all the time I've got for right now. We'll come back to you again next time. Like I said, this is going to be like a 3-part build series, so stay tuned for more content. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so that you get notified when that new content comes out. But again, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time. See you, everybody.